Good morning and welcome to the first face-to-face directors meeting for 2021. Yay! Okay. I wanted to see what I was working with this morning. Gosh, y'all are tough. So I cannot tell you how thrilled we are to see each and every one of you today. It's been a long time and it's been overdue. I do want to mention we've split you up. Don't throw darts at me, but we wanted to kind of split you up on purpose today so you could learn from each other. We're encouraging networking. We're going to have lots of discussion, so please take advantage of that. I want you to take this time to learn from each other. Welcome to Table 100. For those of you that have not been here before, if you need to go to the restroom, you simply go out these doors, take a right. The hall is directly behind the screen that you'll find the restrooms. We will have lunch today. I'm not sure exactly what Tiara has planned for us, but if you've ever been to Table 100, you won't be disappointed. You should know that. So we have a lot in store. Are y'all ready? Okay, so first I want to start off with, I've got to figure out how to hold a mic and a clicker, sorry. A reality check. So we've had a lot going on this year. Pandemic, flooding, sickness, deaths. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to do a reality check and kind of check in with you to see where everybody is. So I'm going to show you a few slides, and I want you to either raise your hand, you can yell, scream, clap, boo, whatever you want to. I want you to think about the past year, since last March to now, where you are now. After everything we've gone through in adult education, going online, virtual training, working with students, trying to make them feel safe, where are you today? So the first picture, I feel like this kind of describes me sometimes. I feel like this is what I look like. Part of me is sitting in the corner going, is this year ever going to end? How many of you can relate to that? Sometimes I've just thought, you know what, I want to stick my head in the sand. I want to pretend this is not happening. But guess what? We can't do that. We have students to serve. You have staff. I have staff. We've got to push forward. We've got to continue pushing forward for our students. How many of you feel like this? Like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Every day. It's like you walk into your office. I was speaking to somebody earlier. You walk into your office, and it's something new. Some problem has come up overnight or within the last 30 minutes. You think you're going to cruise along throughout the day and be just fine, and then it hits you. How many of y'all have had this experience? Okay. I feel like this is a perfect slide to describe adult ed. What about you? It's like a maze. We're trying to figure out how to start at the beginning and work our way out, which is not easy. Look at this one. I don't know if any of you are puzzle people like me, but I did kind of sit down and just look at this plan. But there are so many different directions that we can go in adult ed to get to the same outcome. And sometimes that's what it takes. It's not always the easiest road, is it? Sometimes we have to go down the hardest road to do what is best for our students. Then, for those of you like Carla, Bronwyn, maybe, Cindy, I'm just picking on them, how many of y'all have just mastered this and been like, I don't know what all the fuss is about? Very few people, I would think. A couple more. So, what about this one? How many of you feel like you have maximized on everything? You have meditated, you have done self-care, you have worked with your staff on mental health training, you've read the regulations, the policies, maybe gone through a monitoring visit, and you feel like you're finally about to cross the finish line? What about this one? How many of you are crossing the finish line, but maybe it was slow getting there? That's kind of how I feel, I think, sometimes. And to be honest with you, it depends on the day. I can relate to each of these slides on different days. I have felt all of these emotions over the past year. So I want you to keep these things in mind. Think about where you are and think about, most importantly, where you want to go over the next year. We set goals with our students, and I think it's also vital that you continue to set goals for yourself and your staff. We are meeting soon in the next few weeks to talk about what our goals will be for the upcoming year. One of the things I discussed with Tiara and Cindy is I want to really grow our directors, all of you sitting in this room. Whether that's through leadership planning, training that we have coming up, Cindy will be discussing later, or other methods. So I want to assist you in growth over the next year. We'll be reaching out to you, getting your feedback. We've got a couple of new directors in the room, and then we have some new people. So we're going to get to you in just a few moments to introduce yourselves. But think about those goals. It's not only vital for our students, but it's vital for us in adult ed as we continue to grow. If you'll look at your agenda, we have a lot planned for the next day and a half. We really could have probably done this in 2 days, and if Wendy would have gotten her choice, we would have spread it out to 3 because she was so excited to be here. So we're going to start off in a few moments with our guest speaker, Gay Saxton. We're so glad to have her. Then we're going to be following up with Tiara and Cindy, going over PD. Courtney is going to be going over our online HSC. We're going to have a networking lunch. As I said earlier, take advantage of this. Learn from each other. Don't feel shy. Don't feel afraid to ask that one question that could change everything in your program. Listen to your counterpart sitting at the table with you. Eavesdrop on the table next to you to see if you hear things that they're doing that maybe you could do that would work. Take advantage of that. Then we're going to have Bronwyn come up. She's going to talk about IET, Smart Start, employer engagement, and marketing and recruiting. And then we're going to wrap up with an activity talking with MACE. Andrew's going to talk with us about the MACE board. And we're going to have some discussions about best practices. So we've got a lot planned for today. I hope you'll have your running shoes on. So all of that to lead to say, we hope this next day and a half will bring you keys to success to help you on your journey in adult ed. So if I can, if all the state staff would come up front, please. Sandy, that includes you. Okay. If the rest of you will come up, please. I popped it. They didn't know I was going to do this. Megan and Jeanette, don't be shy. All right, I think Sandy had a phone call. Okay. So I just want y'all to look at these ladies and give them a round of applause. If you want the key to success, all of these women up here, myself included, will help you get there. You just got to reach out to us and let us know. And I feel like y'all all know by this point in time that we have a pretty open door policy. I think everybody has my cell phone number. You can call me or any of these ladies at any time, and we're always willing to help. We'll take phone calls. Here, Sandy. Come up, Sandy. We take phone calls and text all hours of the day and night. And if I text you late, sometimes I apologize. But you may have something important like Tamara had this week. We had to straighten some things out, didn't we, Tamara? So here's Sandy. Yes, I was showing them. This is the tools to the toolkit. I want you to think about where we were 4 years ago when I started in adult ed. It was Sandy, myself, and Dr. Devon. And I want you just to look up here at the support that you have now as a state. Anything and everything you need is at your fingertips. And this was a vision started by Sandy several years ago through writing grants and getting these positions. So ladies, thank you so much.
And you know what? It's so funny you said that, Beth, because I thought about this last night. Hold on. I cannot help myself. I just want to say this. These people have done a tremendous job. You have done a tremendous job. It's been a crazy year, as Beth just showed. But I am so proud of y'all. I am so proud of the work that you do and the work that this group has continued to do, and just keep pushing because you're making a difference. Whether anybody else ever tells you that or not, you are making a difference, and that's your mission, and it means a lot to me, and I'm so happy I'm just pleased with it.
Yes. Thank you, Sandy. So, in finishing with that, like Sandy said, I want you to all, I was watching my grandbaby. She was watching something on YouTube, and it was just the cutest little thing. And the little girl on there said, okay, now, everybody give yourself a pat on the back. And Charlotte she'll rewind it and do that. And I think it's so cute. But even at 5 years old, that has such an impact on a 5-year-old. So I want all of you to reach up and give yourself a pat on the back. Like Sandy said, you may not feel like you're achieving anything. You may not feel like you're making a difference. But each one of you in this room is making a huge difference in the lives of your students. I guarantee you that. If you ever feel like you're not, call me, call Sandy, call any of us. Sometimes we all need a little reassurance, don't we? All right, so before I pass this over to Gay, I want you to look at someone at your table and point to them and say, "You are awesome," okay? Now, hold on a minute. I didn't give you instructions on when to start. I love the enthusiasm, though, but we're going to do it again, okay? So on the count of 3, look at someone at your table, point to them, or point to 2 people, and say, "You are awesome." You are awesome. Way to go. So I hope y'all keep that attitude as we go through the next day and a half. Have a positive attitude. Have an open mindset. Let's continue to grow together. That's what it takes. All the keys to everything we need is in this room. All of the knowledge. Every program is doing something well, and every program is weak someplace. Figure out what those places are and utilize the talent that we have in this room to strengthen what you're doing well already. Okay?